Okay, hello everyone.
Hey, let's go.
Let's go.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Hope everybody's having a great day today. It's it's a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Lots of good earnings out. And I was like looking through everything, getting stories ready. And man, there's just so much news going on in the market this week. It's almost mind numbing.
These are the days we live for. Let's
Exactly.
go.
For sure.
That's
For sure.
definitely this whole
Hopefully it
week, man,
pays
is just
us.
so great. I'm so excited. I
All
think
right,
today,
what should
yeah,
we
yeah.
cover first, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, I
Yes.
guess we can. I guess we can start it. I mean, there's so much obviously stuff going on with Microsoft today. They had another meltdown today, so that could be a whole thing in its own self. You know, we had Delta earnings this morning, SoFi earnings this morning, PayPal earnings this morning. You know, JetBlue, like it almost looks like they made it out like Banks and robbers since didn't get to buy that company out. That would honestly I think would have harmed them overall. I can't remember which brand were they wanting to buy. I can't remember off the top of my head right this second, but man, they made out good today. They were up. I think they posted $25 million in profit, which is pretty decent for a for a brand like that, right? Like we're used to like them
Yeah.
just being in the deep red all the time. So we have so much stuff. We had AMD. So let's just start it out. I guess we can start out going obviously with the stock we're doing now. That way
Sure.
we can talk about that through time left to bid, and then we can head on over that way. So I will pull up my screen and we can talk about obviously the earnings potentials. We can also talk about the mishaps this morning with 365 Office and their cloud programs going down again, Azure going down. So there's a lot overall for us to sink our teeth into. I'm gonna pull up my screen and we'll get to it. All right.
Hey, Dr. Kelly, how you doing?
Doing
Yes,
well. How are you?
Good, good.
Good. Good to see
doing
you.
great.
Thanks
Awesome.
for having
Anytime.
me on during
See
my
you.
travels.
I'm traveling too. I'm sitting in a hotel room.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool deal.
No, I'm glad you can make it, Murdy. So super awesome.
Yep. Yep.
I guess first we could really just talk about obviously Microsoft pulling another blunder this morning. If you don't know, Microsoft experienced a massive outage today as well for their Office 365 I guess 365 Office and their cloud program. Azure had another meltdown today. I don't know if this is something due to what with CrowdStrike in general, because obviously CrowdStrike was like almost 2 weeks ago now, or if it's something in the back end that finally just came to light. Maybe somewhere it's attached to that CrowdStrike issue it had. And obviously, CrowdStrike today's had another, day, not the best day in the world, but also I guess not the worst like it had the other day, or last couple weeks ago. But overall, I mean, like when Microsoft has a massive outage and a lot of people use, Microsoft and use their 365 services. And on top of that, obviously there's a lot of things that use Azure now as well, because people, Microsoft's been a big brand for such a long time. People really, really, trust them. So having like, a bigger outage again, like just after 2 weeks ago, having a big outage obviously wasn't their fault on that end, but this one looks like it's more of their fault. What do you guys think about this?
Down 10%. CrowdStrike today.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think it's some sympathy pains because people are trying to I guess obviously people are linking this to the CrowdStrike stuff still, and maybe that's true. I don't know, but I don't think there's been anything that said 100% like this was CrowdStrike issues lingering with
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft. But again, it is not a great look to just have 2 weeks ago have a massive blunder. And then now, so many companies use Microsoft and use a lot of their things, especially with the cloud services, and it being down again just 2 weeks later.
I think Microsoft, being the fact that it took a hit, but it's only down right now like 1.4%
Yeah,
for
it's
the
not
day.
terrible.
So it's not bad. And I think people will, like you mentioned earlier, I think people will be like, okay, well, it happened before, so it's not as much of a head for the hill screaming issue.
Yep.
you know. So I don't think people are going to be just looking at the effects today in terms of what the stock is experiencing. I
Yep.
don't necessarily think people are going to run for the hills, but we've seen, last week we saw Tesla fall off a cliff during earning,
Yeah.
so it could happen
Definitely.
this one as well.
Yeah, no, I definitely could. It's just, I feel like if they really do come out, we'll talk about this in a second, obviously, but their forecast, for today's earnings is pretty good, which is, great. And obviously, seeing their cloud side, continue to go up, and obviously on their AI side as well go up. I think it's what a lot of people are looking forward to. And that's obviously, AI is like something everybody's looking at now, like their growth in AI, especially with AMD coming up. Like we're going to be talking about AMD as well, but I think a lot of people want to see that, especially again, I feel like with Microsoft more on their cloud, cloud servers and things like that on that side. But again, like I said, though, it is, it is bad that they had another downside. I honestly think there has to be something something happened when the CrowdStrike, stuff went down and made that big, massive glitch in the whole system. I feel like something is, some sort of bug, something somewhere, it didn't go right, and now we're having another outage. Hopefully they get it fixed, because it's never fun to have it like that. But
Yeah, that's rough, man. Like,
it is rough.
how do you fuck it up twice, right? Like,
so quick too.
I am so thankful I didn't buy CrowdStrike this morning, because that was my plan.
I feel bad, man.
but I got busy. I had to fly and stuff, so I got busy and I totally forgot to buy it, and I'm so thankful.
Yeah, I'm over here like, man, do I buy? Like, the issue is me is like, obviously I told you I bought in, so like at this point I'm like, should I buy more? But also I'm like, is there going to be like another like, some other like, little spurts that come out where another company's like losing something, or maybe the airlines have a couple issues coming up. I don't know what's going to happen, and obviously that's going to make CrowdStrike move down more. So I don't know. Like I said, it's a hard like time, but I guess you're never going to time the market and time, what's going to happen. Like nobody would have seen, Microsoft having other issues today after 2 weeks of being decent again. So it's just the way it is. But I do think, the reason why it's not showing like a big, dip right now is because again, they're expecting earnings, growth, quarter over quarter is supposed to be about 15%. Which is pretty good, right? Like I feel like that's pretty good, especially for a company that's, its size.
Yep, totally.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so I think that's one reason why we're not seeing like Microsoft take such a big hit today. I honestly think if it wasn't near like earnings, like and like obviously people having a good upside for it, I think honestly the way I look at it, I feel like Microsoft would have seen a bigger plunge today. I honestly see it being like -4, -5 at least with what happened today. But I think the earnings and like the growth that people are expecting, I feel like kind of hampered the fall today. At least the way I look at it.
Yeah. Let's see. It's like flipping a coin at this point.
No, it really is. Like I said, the market's so much harder to like, read nowadays, especially since 2021. Like it's way, way harder to read the markets now than it used to be. At least for me, like it's like, you can read the market, but sometimes the market just doesn't care. Like especially retail. Especially if you're in like a retail stock and like a lot of retail investors in it, like retail just doesn't give a shit. Like obviously you see computers sell, but then you see a bunch of people like just buying it up super, super quick. So it's like, man, it's so much different than it was in like 2017, 2018, 2019. So it's just a whole different animal when it comes to that. But again, I feel like, when it comes to Microsoft's earnings here, I feel like overall it's a really good report. Hopefully they do see some good earnings, because again, I am nothing against anybody, but I am definitely an investor in Microsoft. I have been for many, many years. So, like I'm always like, I'm over here like, come on, let's go up, poking it with a stick. But it is, like I said, it's one of those mainstays that have been around for so long. And like, again, they're growing, year over year, usually quarter over quarter. They've had some issues here and there, but for the most part, it is a mainstay, and it's been around for so long that I feel like it's just one of those companies, like it's going to be hard for it to fail as long as it stays on the right track.
True that. Hey, we have someone new joining the stream.
Hello.
Oh, really? Yo, what's up, my man?
Hello, I'm good. How are you guys? I just wanted to come on and say hello.
Awesome.
It's It's nice to meet all of you guys. Yeah, it's been really busy, so I just wanted to hop on really quickly and say hi.
No. Hey, man, I'm glad to meet you on here for sure.
Yeah, you
I
guys are
figured you
just
were doing a lot of stuff today.
yeah, I know it's been chaos. Are you guys just looking at the earnings, waiting for earnings?
Yeah. So right now, obviously, today's Microsoft. So we're talking a
Yeah.
lot about Microsoft, but we'll also be talking about like SoFi, PayPal. Obviously, SoFi and PayPal, reported as well. Talking about AMD because they
Okay.
reports after earnings. We'll talk a little bit probably about JetBlue because they actually posted a profit, which
Yeah.
usually doesn't happen in that sector anymore. So I
Yeah.
kind of figured we throw that up there as well.
Yeah.
First, overall, first the stream talk about Microsoft and then delving deeper into the overall market and other earnings that are coming up or have came today.
Okay, that
So
sounds like
how did SoFi do? You want to pull up that chart? I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
see a
yeah.
lot of movement on SoFi.
Yeah, so that's the issue. SoFi actually had good things, but
Check out SoFi.
okay.
But
so far
everyone
is
hits on them.
one of those really interesting charts. You can share my screen too if you want, Jason.
SoFi.
Do you have your chart up right now?
Yeah, I have my chart up for SoFi.
Okay, yeah. I will
I had
I'll
their
unshare. I'll let you share your screen.
Oh,
morning.
okay, sure.
Morning.
Yeah, I'll just add it to the stream. There we go. I'll just add it to the stream.
Okay, perfect.
Sun.
Yeah, SoFi is interesting. Yeah, so it looks like they're reporting. Oh yeah, tonight, like you said. Cool, interesting. So SoFi is one of those stocks that has a lot of like retail hype. For some reason, though, this stock just never performs.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel like
crazy.
we've been watching this for a long time, and it like the good thing about SoFi though is that like at least you can look at it and you can see that it has a range. But my
Yeah,
goodness, does that thing like have resistance though? Like
it's
it's been
it's
failing.
wild.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
been what? It's been 3 months now, maybe, and you can see like it's just constant resistance,
yeah,
constant
it's
resistance.
definitely one of those stocks that just does not want to budge. Like
Yeah,
so I bought the stock when we had last month. We were down in the $6 range.
yeah.
I honestly thought it was a great buy at $6.
Mhm.
For more of a long term hold, I wasn't going to buy and sell it or swing trade. I was looking for more of a
Yeah.
long term hold because I do like obviously what SoFi does. I use their bank, like I have money in there setting as well
Mhm.
in terms of like
Yeah.
the savings account area. So I do have
Yeah.
money in there. Like I actually like what they are doing, and again, they posted some decently good strong quarterly
Yeah.
earnings.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
so yeah, it is one of those stocks though that just like it is so hard to like look at it and be like, what are we doing here? Like,
Exactly.
or not?
Exactly. And you would have hoped though that with like interest rates where they're at now, so a company like SoFi would do really well, but surprisingly it hasn't.
Yeah,
But yeah.
PayPal, on the other hand, is up 7% today.
yeah. I
So
mean,
Yeah.
PayPal's
finally
been up
getting some
too.
love.
It's
Yeah.
like, man, like I don't know. Like I said, I'd much rather invest in the SoFi than with PayPal. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I agree. SoFi has competent management. PayPal has abysmal management. Like
That's what I'm
PayPal's
Yeah.
saying.
management
Like their
should
management
be
is so
taken
bad.
and shot in the back.
Yep.
Like
Yeah,
that's what I
Seriously.
would do.
their management
Seriously.
is terrible. Like the service of PayPal is great on paper, but again, the management that's there is just so bad and incompetent. Like I do
Mhm.
not want to invest in it at $60. Like I just don't
You
want
Yeah.
to
know
do that.
the irony of PayPal. The irony of PayPal is there's a term called the PayPal mafia. I don't know if you guys have heard of this term, right? Which is
Interesting.
all the people who founded PayPal
Mhm.
went on and founded lots of amazing companies. The star one being Elon. But
Yep.
aside from Elon, there's like 20 others. There's Palantir, like that came out
Yeah.
of PayPal. There is
Yeah, I love Palantir too,
a
honestly.
Me too.
firm, Max Levchin, he was the CTO at PayPal. So like the list goes on and on. And yet PayPal, like the company that essentially was the coaching ground or the first rodeo for a lot of these amazing entrepreneurs, has
Yeah.
totally shit the bed.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
incredible.
Interesting. It's interesting though, as much as, and this is why I think like I love technicals so much, is you
Yeah.
can look at a horrible company like PayPal, and I hate PayPal because someone sent me money and they locked it up for 21 days. So like I hate them even more now.
Yeah. Yeah. That does
But
they did a lot. They'll
you
lock your whole account up.
exactly, but you can look at a company like PayPal and you can look at the last 6 months, and like the technicals are quite beautiful to look at.
Oh,
It's
it's their techs are great in terms of like
like
if you want to swing trade this stock, like it's
yeah,
there, like 100%. Like
yeah,
there's no
exactly.
there's no like doubting that. Like I
Yeah,
just don't it's not a company I'd be investing in long term.
no,
I guess I should say.
no,
Um
exactly,
it's
exactly.
You got
yeah.
lucky if they only held your money for 21 days. They held mine
Yeah,
for
some
nine
people
days.
Yeah,
Really?
sometimes they'll hold it for like a whole year before they
Oh,
let that.
why?
It's
Why?
wild.
Days. And they were saying, oh, well, you got too much money. Well, I run a business. Of course I get money. What do you mean? Well, that's not as much money as you normally get. So my business is
Like,
Yeah.
growing and you penalize me because my business is growing? Really?
Yep.
Ah.
That's
Nah.
interesting. Wow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah,
Oh,
I hardly do as well.
yeah, it's
But you're right. You can still make money off the stock,
Yeah.
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
you might
Chart.
love it
Yeah,
to make
that works
money
for
on it.
you. Let's go.
I agree with that.
Exactly.
You don't let emotions like get in the way of money, especially if you can
No.
make it, fairly easy. Is when you're looking at technicals here. That's one way you'll always lose money is trading with emotions. But man, it's just a stock, and it's just again the management themselves just makes me not want to believe in that company long term. Because
Yeah.
I just feel like they've been pretty much strangling the stock, holding it back overall.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what's up, Tanner?
How you guys doing?
Yeah, doing great. We're just talking about, obviously different stocks and all that fun stuff right now. So mostly we've been talking about Microsoft. We've been talking about PayPal. We have A&D giving earnings out today as well. We had SoFi we're talking about. JetBlue is still one of those stocks that just like out of nowhere, I'm like, they posted a profit. And honestly, I think like JetBlue, if we're talking about JetBlue, like I feel like it honestly got saved by not being able to buy that company. Like I feel like if they would have bought the company, they would have seen so many losses for a while. Now they're like talking about pulling back because they're making profits. Like, oh, we should just pull back some and like not do this, this, and this. I think right now they're talking about not making as many planes as well. So it's like it's just one of those stocks. I'm like, hey, it actually posted a profit.
I was just going to pop in just to talk on SoFi and PayPal really quickly. I know these aren't your favorite names from you guys, but I cover only fintech stocks, so this is the only.
Hey, I love SoFi.
Any sort of.
So I just hate that it doesn't ever move.
That's fine. That's fine. One thing I'm not is a trader and stuff, so I'll leave the technicals and stuff like that up to you guys.
Yeah.
You guys were talking about PayPal taking the management out and shooting the behind the barn. I don't know how you follow this company, but they replaced 16 of their top management in the last year or so, since January, I think. So new CEO, new CFO, new CTO, marketing officers. The whole team is different now.
Yeah.
So,
but I would argue, aren't they just like hired guns at this point? Aren't they just like when things get tough, they're going to leave? Like there's like really no emotional like stake in there. Like I don't know. That's my problem.
Yeah. Do you know what the CEO is currently?
I don't.
I mean, yeah. In my opinion, hard to make statements about hired guns or not if you don't even know who it is.
Okay, please educate me. Let's hear it.
Educate. Yeah. We're here to be educated.
Alex Chris is he's a real leader. I would look at the company not of what they've been over the last 3 years, but what they've been over the last 3 quarters, right? They made a lot of really good improvements. Now, I'm not a super fan of PayPal's products or anything like this, but in terms of the changes that they've made, it's looking pretty exciting if you're into the payment space. Massive total addressable market. Accounts are growing. They're no longer shrinking. Margins are expanding. They're getting into offline, so doing what Apple Pay is doing because they're losing NFC regulations in Europe, these sort of things. So they might have a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, here's my problem with PayPal. Every time, like when I look at a stock, right, I want to go use their product and see like what the experience is when you actually use their product. And most recently, literally in the last week, we used PayPal to distribute winnings at stonks, right? And it was a complete cluster F. Like I cannot tell you how painful. Like half the accounts were just getting rejected, and then we had to like follow up back and forth. They didn't let us refill our account because they're like, this is too much money, blah 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 blah. To a point where we actually just ripped out PayPal, and we just moved everything over to Stripe Connect. And so Eddie, one of our developers, will actually join us on the stream and let everyone know how the new payout system is working. But we literally just went through this with PayPal because, and I'm like, I want to believe, I really do, but like, I was just let down this week.
No, especially for SMBs, Stripe's running the game for sure. But there's a lot of products that PayPal has that a lot of people don't attribute to PayPal, like Venmo, for example. They own the full company there. They own Braintree. So if you make any purchases on Uber, Meta, any of these companies, they're usually done through Braintree. They're growing faster than any payments company that you can find out there, faster than Adyen. So, it's pretty exciting, even past just PayPal, the branded checkout that people think of. There's a lot of exciting things on some of their other named companies as well.
Yeah.
I'm
I agree with that.
No.
I'm not here to kill the party.
No, you're not killing the party. The issue is, again, like Murdy said, we've been using PayPal. And it's been even now, right. So this is in the last 2 weeks, we have been using it, and it's been a headache to try to get to work with.
Yeah.
So when I look at that, it's okay, we have our experience. We have the experiences as a company. Overall, even I've tried to use it to send payments to people, and it's been rough in the past 3 to 4 months myself, where I've had to, switch over to something else to send payments. So that's the way I look at it. Also, it's just when I'm using the product, is the product good, or is it so bad that it really needs an overhaul, working? I feel still PayPal still needs an overhaul of what they're doing and what their processes are.
Yeah.
I will give you Venmo is amazing, and Braintree
Venmo's
cool.
great.
So those two are good. Unfortunately, their core business is still mediocrity.
And another thing that I'll just let you guys ponder with is the share repurchases that they're doing. It's incredibly aggressive. I think they're buying back something like 9% of their total outstanding shares per year. While they're doing this, everyone thinks that they're dying, but no, they just recorded, the highest amount of TPV that they're doing, the most amount of transaction margin dollars that they're doing in a single quarter. And this isn't some Q4, holiday spend. This is the middle of the year. So it's kind of exciting for maybe a value stock pick if you were to maybe look at, this is no growth company, but maybe there's a little bit of secret, sneaky growth on the back end that people are not attributing. If you look at any Wall Street expectations, they got blown out of the water this morning.
Yeah, no, 100%. I will agree with that. Like I said, they had a good morning, 100%. They had a good quarter. That's the reason why I said I feel like it's a stock that's right now when I look at it, it's a stock that's just really, really good to just swing, right? If you were somebody like that, just wanted to swing trade it, again, no financial advice, but when you're looking at the stock, you can see the levels on where it always bounces off of over and over and over again. That's the reason why I feel once it hits close to those levels, okay, I'm going to buy here and then I'm going to sell, whatever levels you have there. But at the end of the day, it's to me, when I look at it, it's just this is a great, swing trade right now. And then maybe that changes, right? Maybe that eventually, fixes a lot of its issues and we see it turn into more of that, long-term hold type stock again. But for right now, the way I look at it, at least, I just think of it as a swing trade.
Yep.
Sure. Yeah. Like I said, I've got no.
Tanner, what are your top 3 picks? If you had to pick 3 fintech stocks and hold on
I want to hear this.
12 months. Yeah. What are your top 3?
I'll just say it in terms of my holdings. So right now, the one that I have the most amount of money in right now is Nubank. NU.
Yep.
I've never been more excited about a company since I watched Tesla. I'm telling you guys. I'm not gonna say anything like that. Actually, but it is the most exciting company I've ever looked at since Tesla back in 2019. And then I'd say SoFi, and then I would say Cash App.
Okay, that's honestly
Block.
Those are pretty good. I'll be honest, because I like Cash App a lot. I never heard of Nubank, but that honestly makes me want to look into it now.
Yeah,
the other two I hold.
$1 billion company. They're a sneaky giant. They're the largest fintech in the world outside of Asia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is SoFi on your list, if you don't mind me asking?
I think that the management. There's not a company that I've tracked more than SoFi through my content. I know that people are not happy with the way that the stock moves, but that's not the way that I invest. I fundamentals. I think that it's maybe one of the most underpriced fintechs that you can buy on the market right now. They're growing unbelievably fast. Margins are expanding. The total addressable market is expanding constantly. They're not just a bank. They're also into banking as a service. They're, 90+% of all fintechs have to deal with SoFi at some point or another in the process and setting up their own company. They're an exciting play, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can answer questions about SoFi, but it's hard to just like name what I specifically think is cool about it.
Yeah.
No, I get that too. That's the reason why I started buying it at, last month. It's $6. Like it was in the $6 range. I was like, I'm going to buy it here because again, I think it's a long-term play. So that's the reason why I bought into it. Like I don't see this being a swing trade for me. Like I'm just going to continue buying here and there and here and there. Right. Because again, I use SoFi. Like I love SoFi. They have a really good service. Like anytime I've had to, had any kind of issues, they got it fixed like, super, super right away. Like, so the way I look at it, it's like when I'm investing into those kind of companies, like again, it for me, at least, it depends on like how was the service to me. Right. And if something did go wrong, how fast did they fix it? So when I look at that again, I feel like, and I've used SoFi for the last few years and I never invested in it. I just used it. And I felt like, last month when it was in the sixes, I was like, well, now's the time to invest in it. So yeah, I feel like it's just hopefully at least, when I'm looking at it, I'm looking at this like a 5 to 10 year play. Because I do see like SoFi doing great. I'm not saying I'll never sell the shares, like obviously, but I'm just saying I look at it. Now, if the stock was to explode and we're up way above value, then I'll probably sell and just rebuy when it falls back down. But when I look at SoFi, I'm looking at it as more of a long-term, hold.
Yeah. That's how I look at it as well. I'm disappointed with the way that the stock moved today because obviously it did great. But the short interest of this company is crazy.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, from a technical point of view, which is like kind of where like I like to look at most of these things. To me, it's just the obvious, I look at this and I'm like, well, the last 6 months, it's done the same thing. It just goes up to $8 and then dies back to $6. So
yeah, that's the reason why I said I'm a good buyer in the $6 range.
Yeah, exactly.
Until it breaks out, right? So if it breaks out of that zone up there, then we can talk about something. But for now, it's just been literally every time it's hit those zones, it just gets hammered back down.
Exactly. This for sure though is something to pay attention to because like with the fundamentals and then maybe the retail crowd behind this as well. If that thing breaks out, this is going to become a meme stock really soon. Like really.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And that's the reason why I said if it goes up way higher than I think it should be, I'll probably be in that sector that's like I'm gonna just sell here and I'll just reinvest all the money back into it when the stock falls back down.
If you guys look at some of the things that they've been doing on the back end, they purchased a company called Technisys, which does banking infrastructure. So they're re-upping or they're redoing the entire back end of their company, which is supposed to save them a ton of money. Their expectations for 2026 are 10 times higher than what they're expected to do this year. So they're expected to do about 8 cents of EPS this year, and they're expected to do 80 cents of EPS in 2026.
Yeah.
All of Wall Street is calling their bluff on that, and they've never missed a quarter in their entire existence.
They haven't.
Beat every single quarter since they've been a public company. I like the technicals, but it works until it doesn't in terms of the breakouts. That's the only thing. It's like, when do we know? That could have been today. It wasn't. Is it going to be next quarter? Who knows?
Exactly.
Yeah. I feel you on that too. That's the reason
all right, guys, we got 1 minute to go.
We got 1 minute. Everybody get your bids in. Let's go.
I'm out of here, guys. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Tanner. Appreciate you, brother. We'll see you in another one.
Get your bids in, guys.
Where are you guys placing these bids?
Oh, if you're on the site, it's stocks.com. If you sign up, you can just come over and right now we have $1,000 prize pool today. So each day we have $1,000 prize pool.
Okay.
And you can enter in. You can share your link to your, obviously your community as well. And they can come in and win free money. It's literally free money, so you don't have to pay anything. Like this is just one of our, games that I was telling you about that we're going to obviously launching.
Yes.
That'll allow people to come in and just like, obviously chat with the community and win money.
2, 1. Bidding is closed.
But yeah, every day pretty much outside of weekends, and obviously on Fridays, it's a little bit less lackluster because usually on that day we have no earnings after. So we usually pick like a bigger company or we'll pick like a cryptocurrency or something like that too, that could, have some market moves like after, earnings. So yeah, it's pretty much how it usually goes. Monday through Thursday, it's whatever stock has earnings that day. It could be a small company, little company, doesn't matter to us. So yeah, it's pretty fun. I think tomorrow we're doing, what is tomorrow, Meta?
Meta. Tomorrow's going to be amazing.
Yeah, we have a lot of stocks tomorrow to talk about again. So.
Yep.
Oh, we have Eddie here. Eddie, he's going to explain to us how the new payouts are going to work.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
How are you?
All right, Eddie, what did you change? Tell us. Why does PayPal suck and what is Stripe?
Yeah, PayPal sucks because PayPal sucks at the end. Every time we send a link to the people, when they cash out, they need to create an account, and sometimes they already been banned from or shadow banned by PayPal, like in the past. So we decide to rework the full payout system and just use a Stripe. So now you just click connect your bank account, you connect your bank account, and you receive your funds in 2 days.
Eddie, can you share your screen and show us?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that'd be good too. Yeah.
Let me just prepare something so I will be able to show you like a live demo, how to sign up and stuff.
Awesome. Yeah. That'd be sweet. Let's see. If I close this.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's like we're talking about PayPal's earnings, and we as a company are using PayPal and just talking about our actual experience with them as a company. Like this is so interesting. This is
No, it is interesting, right? Like I said, it's more to me again. Like I said, it's nothing against PayPal. To me, it's just like the years and years, and even now the lackluster. And again, like I said, hopefully hopefully the new CEO can change it, and they get things right. Because again, I don't want to see PayPal like die out, because I think it's the better, the more areas, the more places we can send money. I think it's the better. But again, like I said, they usually just when it comes to that, it's just, man, like when they're just smacking you over and over again, you can't use stuff or people can't use it, and it's hard to check out or hard to send money to each other. Like that kind of stifles the brand in general and leaves a bad taste in people's mouths.
Yeah.
So by the way,
I'm
just
ready
before we get into this, somebody has notifications on their computer, and every time you get a ping, everyone hears it.
Yeah. If you can mute Discord, because this is the Discord notification.
Okay. Yes, please mute yourself for Discord notifications and
Discords.
That was me. Sorry.
No, you're good.
No worries.
I usually mute mine before I come on stream too, because mine will be going ding 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 ding.
Yeah.
If not, it happens.
Microsoft is at 390, you guys, right now. 390. It fell off a cliff just like Tesla did.
Oh, wow.
No.
Let me see if I can share my screen.
I can share it now.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Awesome.
Sheesh.
Oh.
Ish.
That is it. They really pulled a Tesla.
89.
PayPal is the next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, whoever bought puts is living large right now.
Yes.
Another bloody day tomorrow.
Yeah. We're just in that weird holding pattern till we break out.
Yep.
So now, where do we think it's going to go? It's right now at the low points where it was on April 25th. It's hitting those low points.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, we got a little bit of a gap right there from January 10th. There's a little bit of a gap there at 376. It might go down and fill that gap right there.
You think? Oh man, my heart.
It's at 391. It's at 391. This is an extra little $13 to go down and get that gap.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Hopefully it finds new ground.
There's
always hopefully.
Yeah, there's also this level too at like this was April 30th. You also have this double bottom here, like 389 ish. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, we did have a double bottom there, so they honestly could catch there.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see, man. It's hovering at 390, 389 right now. Like
it's
bouncing around.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it bounced perfectly up this previous bottom here in April. So for now, like that's a perfect touch and bounce on the 4-hour time frame, that is. But
yeah, no, it looks like hopefully that was the bottom, and now it kind of pulls back up. Because man, that's a rough one to look at.
Yeah, I think honestly with these earnings, usually it's market sentiment. It's not like they're
Yeah.
actually horrible and they're missing. It's just the market sold up today, so then it's all about sentiment.
Yeah. Did they
Yeah.
release earnings already? I guess then they did because
Uh,
computers were obviously selling.
yeah. So Microsoft earnings are out, and so Microsoft Q4 revenue 64.73 billion. So they beat the estimate.
They did beat
For some
estimates on
reason,
that.
yeah, they beat on that front, but they missed on like cloud revenue, which is interesting.
That was the big thing people were looking at too. I was talking about this earlier.
Yeah,
A lot of people are looking at their
yeah,
cloud revenue.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they came in at like 36.8 billion. The estimate was like 36.84, which is stupid.
Oh Lord, typical market overreacting at that point. Come on, bro.
Exactly. 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 They need to give us a dividend or something.
If they give us a dividend like McDonald's, I'd be
Yeah.
happy. Sign me up.
Yeah, exactly. Like what are they doing with all the cash in the bank?
Yeah, exactly. Give it back to us. I would be
Yep.
happy on that end. Well, let's
Exactly.
hope it continues not to go down past that hole.
So yeah, I mean that's what is that? The fourth candle now that's bouncing off that
It's
lines.
bouncing hard, so it seems like there's a good bottom there. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Usually what
mean,
happens though, if it breaks below and then people panic again because they just
yeah, I
broke.
know. And then everybody starts panicking, selling, and hitting the button, sell, 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 sell,
Yeah,
sell.
exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, okay. I guess we'll let Eddie. Are you ready?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, awesome. Let's go. Eddie's going to share his screen, and then I think I can add you. There we go.
Yeah. So this is the environment testing for us. So don't worry
Yep.
if you don't see your bids here and the chat is only me. So basically, for people that want to cash out, you just need to click on cash out. You will select your country. Please be aware that once you selected your country, you can change it after manually. You have to submit a ticket to the support because Stripe has some restriction for this.
Yep.
So let's say I'm French. So I will click French and I will connect my bank account in just one click. And okay, never mind. It didn't work. Yeah, okay.
Oh wow, we get to
That's
see live.
probably.
Yeah, here we go, guys. This is the real stuff you guys want to see.
Okay, just give me 1 minute more and I will just show you after.
All right, that's fine.
It's because I've changed so much screen. Yeah.
No, you're good. You're good. I'll add, I guess, Blaze stage up, and then we can look at levels at least.
Oh,
And
by the
Yeah.
way, thank you guys. Thank you so much for putting in the referral so you can see all your referrals. Thank you.
yes, yeah,
That
that's
was
big.
awesome to see.
I
Thank
see
you.
a lot of people in chat looking at that too. Like, oh, it's here.
Yes.
That's a big one.
Oh, let's go.
Okay, it bounced and now it's
There we
starting
go.
to
I
get back up.
think we're gonna be good, guys. Like,
Yeah.
honestly,
This is like a chart of my emotions, like
Yeah,
let down,
literally.
let down, give me hope, and then like destroy my hope again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Like if we could get back up to 400, I'd be happy. I'd be like, okay, it doesn't have to go back to 422 today. Just give me something.
Exactly.
I mean, I just, man, it's crazy. Like they can beat and then like have the smallest miss. And again, I talked about this earlier. I said if they beat like their cloud server, cloud side, like I think the stock was going to go, bonkers because I think that's a lot of people are looking at. And they barely miss it. People are like, sell.
Yep. Exactly.
It's like, come on.
Yeah.
And one day I was checking out earnings for, I think it was, I forget what company it was, and they had great earnings, but the CEO who was giving the information, he was stuttering.
No.
And the shareholders were like, oh, he's lying. And people started shouting because they were like, oh, he's lying. Why is he stuttering?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah. It's like he's never stuttered before. Should have practiced more.
Right, exactly.
Okay, I'm ready.
All
I'm
right,
ready
awesome.
if you want.
All right, I'm gonna share. We can share yours. Oh man, look at that stock price go back up.
You feel better, Jason?
I feel bad, honestly. Like today's been a little rough, so like that was getting me down real bad. Here we go.
We saw my yeah. Okay.
Okay, now it's at
So you click on connect your bank. just one click. It will work on live. This is just me testing.
Yeah.
Once you are here, you just have to put your number. So I will use mine. You will receive a text message.
Everybody text it. Hurry up.
Okay. Then you just have to fill out your information, which is like first name, last name. Just for us, we put just random things, and you have, okay, this is testing, but basically you have to submit your ID verification. So it detects the fraud now. We don't waste your time to make multiple accounts. There is no need. Then you put your account number, and you just have to say agree and submit. This is like 3 minutes verification. Everything is automated.
Nice.
And then you just need to click on cash out, and I can claim my new cash out. Let's say here I have 260 current balance. I can probably put $50. And boom, that's it.
Boom.
So now I'm just at 210, and you receive your bank transfer is 2 days after the submission.
Nice.
It's really simple.
Thank you for showing us that.
Yeah. We're trying to make it easier for everybody to be able to cash out. So because we're having issues, obviously, like we obviously felt that because some people are like, we haven't got our money yet. And I'm like, well, talk to PayPal, not us. So we just changed it. So obviously we'll eventually add other methods for you guys to be able to hopefully cash out as well with other vendors.
And
right now.
And also I forgot to share, but you can just, in case you miss something, let's say you want to change your bank account, you just have to go to cash out and bank settings, click on the button here, you click here, and you just go to Stripe again. It will automatically log you, and you just have to change the bank information there.
Nice.
That's cool. Thank you. That's awesome.
This is really easy.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, that sounds a lot better than PayPal stifling us.
I can't cash that out.
So
cool.
Awesome. Well, like that all those little green arrows make me feel better about myself. So
so it's currently at, what is this currently at? 396. Okay, it's currently at 396.91.
If it hits 400, I'll be so much happy. I'm like, yes, thank you. Man, it's crazy how like the littlest thing though can just make investors, especially computers, just hit the sell button really quick. And then you get people that get like afraid, and like the retail investor starts selling. So they're looking at their their account every day, which you probably shouldn't do unless you're a trader. And you're It's not for the faint of heart, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. So since we're doing updates on stocks, we have another exciting update. So if you click on your drop down, there's a link there called Earnings Calendar.
Yes.
And it's still a work in progress. We still have to fix the colors of some of the logos to match the dark mode contrast, but and we have to give some filters on ranking because there's a ton of content. But you can view it right now. It's live.
Yeah.
So
it's great. A lot of people have been asking about that. We've been talking about it a lot, and I've been looking at other people's calendars and seeing like how ours boots up against it. So I think there's a obviously over time like this calendar is going to get better and better and better. There's going to be more and more things, but overall this is just a starting point and it's already looking great. So I'm super excited. I know a lot of people that in chat that were asking about different things, and especially with the earnings calendar, we've been talking about it. So it is now live. And anybody could use it.
It looks good. I like it. I'm going through it right now. I'm going through it. It looks good. I like it better than Earnings Whisper, actually.
Yeah.
Nice.
Earnings Whisper, I used to use it as well. And then, I found another one that I was using, and it's been great. But like I said, like having a thing that's all in one, like, content creators can use that straight on the site. and pull up things. Like I think that's the biggest thing, because again, making your guys' lives easier is is like what we're trying to do here. So having an all-in-one system where people want to come, you can listen to earnings calls without having to go to a website. It's built in 2000 and sign up and enter just a ton of information. You can do it straight from our site now, which I think is awesome.
That is amazing, because usually you have to go click on a link, sign up, register, go through all that. But if I could just come here and click on it and listen live, oh, that's amazing. You guys are awesome.
It's cool. You can pull it up on your stream and you be able to do straight calls live, which I think is awesome, without having to go to different sites, and people can come here. I think honestly what we're building here is like that one-stop shop for all these things. I think it's going to be what brings a lot of people here, so they don't have to go to a ton of different sites to do different things.
Awesome. All right. Nice job. That's what's up.
We'll get better quickly. Exactly, Oliver. Hey, we got some really good devs, guys. So they're cranking stuff out. And
I'll drop another one, since we are literally building in public here, and soon, probably by next week, you will be actually able to connect your brokerage account to Stonks. So if you're using Robinhood, we support, I think, everything except interactive brokers. And so you can connect your brokerage account and then pull up all your portfolio, your trades, and then share them with other people. So now, when you click on someone's username in chat, it just says bio coming soon. That is going to get replaced with the profile page, where you can click on someone's profile, and then if they're sharing their data, you can see, okay, what do they hold? What are their top positions? What were their recent trades? Total portfolio size, if they want to share that. All of this fun stuff.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be awesome. Cool. So we're super, super excited about that, because again, that'll also eventually be able to allow you guys to have like trade alerts and all those things as well. So again, this is going to be a thing that continually evolves.
Okay. What's next, Jason? You had a bunch of things you wanted to discuss.
Honestly, at AMD, let's we can talk AMD as well. That's another stock that people are looking for obviously AI purposes. I think a lot of people are looking at AMD. We can pull that one up. Well, they're all just, is this okay? Never mind, guys. Never mind. We're good. Oh my gosh, I seen the red arrows and I was like. Super red got me going there. I thought that was like down bad for a minute. I thought it was another stock that was just down. No, we're good though. We're up 3% in aftermarket hours, but hopefully it doesn't go down. And
AMD beat earnings. Q2 revenue. 5.84 billion.
Woo. That's good though. That's really good. Like I said, I think a lot of people are looking towards, again, obviously AMD's a big AI play too right now. People are looking for like what they're thinking. Like they're obviously, again, I haven't looked at this stuff yet, but looking at what they're saying, what future stuff will bring with AI, looking at forecast. But so far, honestly, them beating earnings, like in coming up, that's a good thing overall. Like I like seeing those, greens after we've had a lot of like downs and ups here lately.
Yeah, exactly.
So it is good to see it breaking out. Obviously, we got to get back up past these other lines. As you see here, it already smacked them and fell back down a little bit. When was that from? When was those lines from right there?
Which the red lines?
Yeah. Is those from? I'm guessing like what
Yeah. So these are we worked with an IT engineer to kind of build in like previous resistance and support, so they apply like they appear supply zones. So then like if I zoom out to like maybe 30 minutes. Yeah, let's see if they show up. So there you go. It's from right there. It's from the 29th of July. So just basically yesterday, that's when that line was there.
Okay. It makes sense.
And it actually goes all the way back. So it's looking like, so the 25th of July, actually, that's when that box initially started.
Yeah. No, I mean, hey, it's been rough. It's been rough times here and there for AMD.
Yeah, it really has. Yeah. It's looking okay though.
Yeah. I like AMD.
Wow. So NVIDIA is down like 7% today.
Yeah. A lot of those plays like had a down day today.
You would think they would move in sync with each other, right? But not.
You would think, but maybe it's because what NVIDIA just had earnings not that long ago too, so maybe that's why it's not. But
Sure.
I mean, overall, like when I'm looking at it, obviously looking at those, like it's definitely hit resistance multiple times and got bopped back down. I'm obviously when it comes to earnings call, I'm obviously going to watch the earnings call as well. I just want to know like what they're looking for and like future, terms as well. And maybe we can see some stock, bump off that. Is it somebody else? No, we're good. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, we got Victor. Let me add.
Yeah. I got
Hi,
him.
Victor.
Oh, you added him. I added him. Yeah, what's up, Victor?
Hey guys,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing better than Microsoft.
Yeah, true. Oh, man. Well, hey, I hope you're on the AMD right now mood. Then at least it's up. It's not up crazy, but it's better than down like Microsoft.
Yeah. It looks like it's failing at 144 there, 145, 144.
Yeah, it keeps hitting that resistance and then bouncing back down.
Yeah.
Microsoft is currently at
Yeah.
4.3.
I mean, the good thing is like they're both kind of predictable in terms of like where they're bouncing and failing at, I guess.
No, yeah, that's true at least. Yeah, I guess that's right.
Yeah.
But the only thing I don't want to see is like we had this like earnings pump and then it just dies back down, right?
Exactly.
Because it happens sometimes. You're like, oh, it's going great, and then 30 minutes later, it's back down to where it was at close. You're like, no.
Look at Microsoft. Microsoft is back to 400 now.
Oh, see, I told you.
Yep,
I told you.
yeah. It's at
Yeah.
401.
See, guys, I said it goes to 400, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Anything past that, I'm okay with. It's just so crazy. Like I said, they beat. But the only thing, again, like I said, I think the market was looking at mostly was how their cloud was growing.
Yeah.
Is the cloud business growing or not? I think that's what a lot of people are looking at, and it barely even missed. And on top of that, obviously, they've had some downturn even today with Azure since the CrowdStrike stuff happened 2 weeks ago, and then now they had it again today. I feel like since they didn't beat it, like the computers are like, okay, we're selling, sell, and then it obviously gets retail investors. They're like freaking out too.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing on Microsoft is they spent more on capital expense.
Yeah.
But the market's also a little nervous. If you remember, different with Metaverse, Meta, they were spending.
Yep.
It's tanking again.
Great. Maybe Microsoft's beginning to feel that as well.
Yeah, honestly, there's probably some of that as well. But I also think it's just because people are really, really looking forward to like seeing if obviously Microsoft's cloud, was going to grow and like actually hit estimates. And then again, like I said, I think today's because they wasn't really moving down today that much. They're down like a 0.5 percentage point off of them being down again after just 2 weeks ago being down, even though that was really CrowdStrike's fault. But they had another big, massive, downturn today with their Office 365 and their Azure platform down. So I think that's just them not hitting their cloud earnings or at least beating it. I feel like obviously probably hurt it as well.
96.50.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe we test a little downtrend there, uptrend.
It probably will, but I mean, I'm not even gonna look at it.
It's gonna be okay.
I got happy because they went back to 400 and now it's like no.
They're there.
Exactly.
I think honestly, as long as you stay above 390, I think you're fine.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
then-
I'm okay with it. At the end of the day, like I said, I know this is going to be. I said earlier that if they didn't beat their Azure and their cloud server area in growth, that they were going to go down, and they didn't. Even though I know it was a barely miss, but a barely miss to the market right now is like a massive miss. So.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to actually
And
beat
then
it.
it's
Like,
still
honestly, you
with-
can beat it and still go down a little bit right now in this market.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
It kind of comes
Earnings will always
right? When your stock's up as
Yeah.
much as Microsoft is, you
Yeah,
have to beat because the market's expecting you to beat, and if you don't, then it's a letdown.
yep, exactly.
Exactly. You almost have to just crush earnings at this point because beating is not good enough. It's all priced in.
Yep.
Google last week, great earnings, 14% revenue growth. They were profitable. They grew their cloud business. A lot of good stuff. And
Let's not talk about
collectively,
Google.
over 2 days, it went down 8%.
We're talking about all the stocks. I'm over here like, man, Google's just such a good. I still feel like Google's just such a great buy. For a long, if you're long term in it, but man, it is kind of like crazy. You know, Google did so great, and then they just didn't care. Again, I get it. People had it priced in, but when you're looking at Google compared to other companies, especially like, I think they're trading at like probably like a 22 PE. Like, I don't know. When I'm looking at it, I'm just thinking like, man, Google is it right now. Like in terms of like a really, really good buy zone, but you know, obviously other people think different.
I'm with you. I bought Google last week.
Yeah,
I bought more Google today.
Don't worry.
Buy the dips.
Yep.
My goodness. Look at that chart though. If you bought this last week, that's a beautiful entry.
No, yeah, 100%. I agree. Like I said, I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, to me at least, when I'm looking exactly, yeah, they bounced off it perfectly. When I'm looking at Google at this price point, it's just, man, because I think they're probably even below. What are they PE level right now? Like, it's probably even below that. It's probably like a 20 PE at this point.
Yeah.
But hey,
Yup.
I guess it all can't be great.
No.
You're gonna have downswings in the market, and it's whatever. Like I said, I'm not, at the end of the day, like a lot of these stocks I'm long-term investing in anyway. So it's not like I'm, swing trading Google. Like I said, I'd swing trade PayPal 100%, but Google and those, people in stocks like that are just like big name brands, have been around for a long time. They're stables like Microsoft and others. Like I'm not really looking to swing trade those, though you could. But yeah.
I think I think it's been on a beautiful uptrend for the longest time too.
Yeah, it was doing great. Like I said, like honestly, I can't complain a lot on the downtrend there, like I said, but when I'm just looking at the stock overall, and like, when you're thinking about Google, like it's just a massive, massive company. It's been around for so long. And I still feel like they're trading under what they should be trading at. So when you're looking at it that way, you're like, oh man, but when you're looking at the chart overall, you're like, okay, they've had a good uptrend anyway. So it's gonna have some pullbacks in there.
Exactly. I mean, we can just go back to March of this year. Like we were sitting at 130, and then all of a sudden we took off the 200 EMA, and they just exploded. So
exactly,
most of this is healthy pullbacks.
No, yeah, like I said, we're gonna have pullbacks, and like I said, I'm not somebody who really plays my emotions, like when it comes to stock trading anyway. But like when you're investing, you're like, oh, come on.
I know. Even if you buy it all-time highs, you still want it to go higher.
Is EA today as well?
EA?
I think EA reported earnings.
They did. They were flat when I saw them about 20 minutes ago.
That's what I was saying. I haven't looked at it either. And I'm wondering, like, again, like how they were doing.
That's not too bad.
And I was with my 19-year-old son, so I asked him, "Is EA cool anymore?"
they have a lot of brands. And they make a lot of money, like overall, but yeah, it's not like the thing. I feel like, to me at least, when I'm looking at EA and when I hear EA, it's definitely not like the mid 2000s, right? Like 2000, between 2000 and 2010, like all you heard on your TV is EA Sports in the game. Yeah. And you're like, okay,
John Madden football.
Yeah, exactly. But again, they're still they're still doing good overall, but it's just like one of those things.
I mean, that thing is sitting look at how close it is to like all-time highs.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's what, like 50 cents away from all-time highs. This was back in 2018.
Yeah, it's been a long time ago since they went public.
Exactly. So it's looking better than some of these other stocks in the market right now.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that's the reason why I was wondering like how they did, because I know a lot of people are looking at EA today too. So I was like, man, how did EA do on that end? Was there any other ones that done earnings today that are like decent? Like, I guess let's see. You got First Solar. You got Starbucks.
Starbucks looked positive when I looked
at
it 20 minutes ago.
Okay. There's not a lot of people obviously probably hold Starbucks too. It's not one I actually have, but I know it's one of those you look at in terms of like the retail side of things.
Yeah, it's up like 1.8% maybe after hours here.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I see that. Oh, Pinterest, really?
Oh, they were getting crushed.
Oh no, I feel like Pinterest got way too high though. Like I'm sure you guys remember. Woo, it was like super far up there, like for a while.
Yeah, and then Lemonade.
Oh, Lemonade! Yeah, I actually have Lemonade insurance. So let's look at that. Yeah.
It's like it's all over the place.
Honestly, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Lemonade, I feel like has a good future, but they're just like, I feel like they're in this like weird zone now. But I do feel like, you know, future wise, because it's so easy to get insurance through Lemonade. Like literally you contact them, they tell you to send them a couple pictures and you're good to go. It's like, boom. You don't have to worry about some crazy agent coming out. They don't, go crazy. It was easy for me, at least, when I got it.
But let me kind of just give you kind of a 55-year-old's kind of response to that is, I want my insurance company to be super solid, because if my house burns down, I want somebody that's like really reputable and that crossed all their T's and dotted all their I's. So for it to be super fast and easy, it actually makes me nervous.
No, I get you on that. I've actually had somebody. The only reason I got into it actually is because a friend of mine had it. He had some stuff, like he had some stuff happen in his house, like water got in and it flooded some stuff from upstairs as like a condo. And like it was an easy process for him. They gave him everything and replaced everything he had. So I don't know.
Hey, Jason, we got winners.
Oh, we got winners. All right, let me share. I'll share my screen real quick.
I was at 398.47. So
yeah, I'm proud.
Eddie,
nice.
Eddie.
Real close. I was real close. Okay, so that was the price, 397.
Yeah, I have to go, guys. See you.
All right, man. We'll see you later.
47.
All right.
So
Eddie came in third place.
That's how you do.
Remember, guys, like Eddie technically can't win money. He works at the company, so we'll Captain Sparrow.
Wow, good prediction.
Breakfast. I mean, honestly, there's some pretty good ones here too. You guys.
So are you saying the third place winner can't win?
You're talking about Eddie? Yeah, Eddie works at the company, so.
So you mean my fourth place win becomes third place?
I don't know on that end, honestly. Like I'd have to check. I have no idea how that works. So
she got excited.
Yes. Let me slide up in the third place.
Not yet, but that is a good idea. We just have to code it in.
Yeah, we have to code it in. That's the only.
Back code that in.
Back code. How many places did you come in though, Dr. Kelly?
Oh my goodness!
You're getting a lot there. I see it. See your name like 4, 6. Let's see.
I got quite a few.
Remember, you guys can win more than once too. I know some people are new, so you can do more than one prediction. So if you guys are brand new to this game, you can do more than one prediction. Again, you get tons and tons of tickets doing different stuff. Like I can show that off as well real quick. So you can get a daily login. You get obviously you have the login streak right here. You can hit claim each day you log in. That resets after 8 days, and you can go back up again. You got enable notifications, gives you 10 extra tickets. So enable notifications for sure. Follow us on Twitter, gives you an extra ticket. Subbing on YouTube gives you an extra ticket, and referring friends, that's unlimited. You get 5 tickets every time somebody uses your link to sign up. It could be your wife, it could be your Discord channels, it could be anything. Like as long as they're signing up and using your referral link, you get 5 extra tickets. So make sure you guys are sharing that. It's super easy to do. You just click it and then you have it. Well, yeah.
Awesome. Great day.
Awesome. Great. It was a good day.
So tomorrow, yeah, thank you everyone for joining. Tomorrow is going to be even crazier. So we have some special surprises for tomorrow. And so if you are watching, please come tomorrow. And, for everyone who joined the stream, if you guys want to join tomorrow, please, we would love to have you. Because tomorrow, A, Meta is reporting. Yep. B, we're having some special promotions with some other YouTube channels. So we may or may not get thousands of extra entries and new people coming in. And based on that, we may or may not increase the price pool. So, it's going to be a special day tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be great. Yeah, we have a lot of stocks to talk about tomorrow, too, because there's a lot of earnings like before that we're not covering, obviously, but we can talk about them on the stream. And then, tomorrow will definitely be early tomorrow because we have a lot of stocks to talk about. So anybody that wants to join, obviously, when it comes to the creators that we have on board, you guys are always welcome to join in. But yeah, we'll be talking about so many stocks. And like we said before, like as the viewers grow, the prize pools will grow as well. And again, it's free to join. Now we're using Stripe, so it's even easier to, cash out than it was before with PayPal, giving us lots of grief and issues. so everybody can have some really, really quick things happening. It's going to be super awesome. I'm super excited, and hopefully we can continue to increase those cash pools. And like I said, the more people you get, the higher those cash pools will go.
Okay.
Sweet. Awesome.
Awesome, guys. It was so great hanging out. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And
Yes.
like I said, I know a lot of people are excited for, Meta. There's just so many earnings tomorrow coming out. So we'll see everybody later. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
All right.
See you guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.